Here we go.
Incoming transponder code received. Classification: fire spray. Designation: Darth Asylum. Captain: unknown. Port: unknown. Weapons profile unknown. Designation Darth Asylum. Incoming transponder code received. Classification fire spray. Designation Darth Asylum. Captain unknown. Port unknown. Weapons profile unknown. Designation Darth Asylum.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster.
General Kenobi!
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way. And here we go. Blah 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 blah. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to you awesomely beautiful people of the galaxy, and welcome again to another episode of the Darth Asylum podcast. This is episode number 14, yes, episode 14. I'm your host of Darth Asylum, broadcasting live from hyperspace, and yes, we are back, and it is Wednesday. I am crazy tired, but you know what? I was really kind of on the fence a little bit about, well, should I push this out again? Because I did stream on Monday for May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th, but was just like, well, we'll get into that in a second. First, let us recognize the legends that are among us, both on Twitch and YouTube. Let's see. Nobody has popped in on YouTube yet, but that is absolutely okay because, yes, it is actually, I'm on time tonight. So on the Twitch side, let us see. Eric MC, welcome back in, man. And we have our rave partner, ShadowLex13. Thank you, Shadow, always for the rave and the dancing, because the world needs to dance more. The galaxy needs to dance more. But that's okay. But yes, getting back to my main blathering on. Yeah, I actually got to start stream early tonight, believe it or not. Which is rare these days, but yeah, like seriously, this is like the time frame I always shoot for. And then by the time I get everything done, by the time the family's taken care of, by the time everything else and life has finally said, okay, we'll let you go, it's like 2 a.m. already for me. But no, it is officially 11:59 p.m. on the 6th of May. So yes, again, happy. Okay, so I've heard two different things: Revenge of the 6th or Attack of the 6th. So basically, it's May the 4th, it's Revenge of the 5th, and now it's Attack of the 6th. And then I've also heard this is the May. So there's like a gazillion freaking things, which King Sir Big Hoss definitely pointed out that he's like, you guys are basically just taking over the entire month at this point, and then it'll be like the entire year, and every single day will be something that somebody will come up with us eventually. So, and I'm sure there's enough Star Wars content out there actually to be able to even probably do that, to be fair and honest. But that is okay. So what is going on, guys? Yes, we are back. This is the podcast. I do upload these to both iHeartRadio and Spotify, wherever you do get your podcasts. So again, welcome in. And yes, please, I hope you guys are having a great and safe week in your parts of the galaxy. Star Wars should just be the whole month. I know, it kind of already is. It starts like around, the May the 4th, but again, I think as soon as May 1st hits, it's like, it's just Star Wars. Yeah, pretty much. I think at this point, honestly. But yeah, again, I hope you guys are having a great and safe week in your parts of the galaxy. Yes, it is Wednesday for the podcast. Stream days are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually actually attempting to start at this time right now of 12 midnight. That is Pacific West Coast time. Yes, I am in California. Wednesday night is the podcast. Thursday night, I am doing my first playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Fridays and Saturdays has been turning into more of a variety stream, but because specifically it is May, I will be playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, because we do need to keep those Battlefront numbers going, give some more love to Battlefront as we should. So that's going to be probably my Fridays and Saturdays, at least for May, I would think. And then once May the 4th is over with, and if the numbers basically die down, or even if they don't die down, we might switch it up here and there, but ultimately we'll probably be more focusing on Battlefronts. Sunday night is Dead by Daylight. Can't wait to jump back into the fog. Haven't been in there actually for a couple of weeks, but the 2v8 event is up and running at this point, so that is very cool, because I cannot wait to jump in there and actually have some fun and have two killers chase me and yeah, do all that crazy goodness. So let's see, we'll bring up Andor Season 1. So yes, for tonight's podcast, this is actually episode 14. We have done 14 episodes so far. We are on Andor Season 1, episodes 10, 11, and 12. So yes, and that's the other region, I can't even speak anymore. Please help me. No, the other reason, Dynamo is back with us. Welcome back, Dynamo. The other reason why I really wanted to push streaming tonight, and if you notice too, yes, I am armored up for this week. I figured, you know what? I mean, I'm taking a small sliver of a page in Shadow's book, and he's taking the week off from streaming, but I was like, well, I'm still going to stream, but you know what? I'm just going to do armored this week. So that way I can kind of give myself a little bit of a break, not have to dress up and do all that good funness. So you know what? We'll do armored this week so we can kind of chill and just hang out and yeah, talk and chat while we do everything and anything. So Eric, what platform do you play Battlefront on? I play on PC. So yeah, currently right now I do only have it on PC. I did actually buy it for PlayStation on the PlayStation Store. So I actually own a copy of both 2015 and Battlefront 2 on PlayStation. I just don't actually own a PlayStation 5. So, so yeah, anybody that does play happens to be on PC and does play Battlefront, like it doesn't even have to be actively, but if you just happen to be on or have that game and play it, or any other multiplayer game that I do own too, and you see me playing, my lobbies are always open. I love to play with people, so please let me know. We can definitely friend request each other. And on the specific Battlefront page, if you are not on PC like I am playing it, since there is no crossplay functionality in my community, we definitely have lots of people that are on PlayStation, people that are on Xbox, so we can definitely network you in those groups too, if you just can't find anybody to play with, or even what servers to even be on to play, because all three systems have active servers. They absolutely do. It's just hard to know if you're coming back, like where did everybody basically migrate to, is pretty much what the deal is. So okay, so we are going to run through. Let us see. Is there anything we already did? Okay, so yes, we are doing Andor Season 1, Episodes 10, 11, and 12 tonight, which are going to include Episode 10, One Way Out, Episode 11, Daughters of Ferrix, and Episode 12, Rick's Road. I played on PlayStation. Hopefully we can play one day. Absolutely, Eric. If you're not already a part of the Discord, or if you're just interested in, please definitely use that to reach out to people that do play on Battlefront, and just say, hey, FYI, I'm on PlayStation. If anybody wants to like join up and play some games. Monster Maniac and Gravewalker, both my fellow Brolorians representing the Mandoverse on Twitch. That Monster has his Mando fit already, so he live streams as Boba Fett, and then Grave is building his armor as we speak. So either way, both of those guys are on PlayStation, and they consistently and always play Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation. Graves on PS4 for now, until his PS5 finally freaking shows up. So that's another topic until Grave finally gets here. But between Grave and Monster, they're like always on Battlefront on the PlayStation. So again, yeah, Eric, if you need anybody to kind of like either show you what servers either to be on, or just like to add some more friends to be able to play with, I would absolutely point you to those two. What do you think of Maul Shadow Lord? Oh my goodness, I don't want to spoil anything, but yes, if you have not seen Maul Shadow Lord, all episodes are currently out for Season 1. From what I understand and believe, I won't keep this too long so I can get Andor going, but then we'll keep talking. I believe Maul Shadow Lord got approved for Season 2. Let me see. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 is confirmed following the series' 2026 debut, focusing on Maul training his new apprentice, Devin Azara, and that's spoilers. Never mind. Never mind. Don't omit what I just said. Either way, yes. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord Season 2 is confirmed following the series' 2026 debut. So that's all the information that I am going to share. Yes, I am tired. My brain isn't working, but at the same time, yes, Shadow Lord is absolutely freaking epic. I am not going to say any more, but I did make myself sit down and watch the last 2 episodes that got released, like 2 days ago or whenever it was. And yes, I think they did freaking awesome. And you know what? Also, it gives me crazy freaking hope that, not everything has to be live. You know what? Let's get Andor going, and then we'll keep talking about that. Absolutely. We will definitely keep talking about that topic, because it revitalizes my passion and hopes. So yes. So again, guys, we are going to be watching Season 1 Andor episode, starting with Episode 10, which is One Way Out. So I have my stuff queued up. Let me put in my earbuds, and Max is back. Welcome back, Max. Yeah, I can't remember, Max, if you were a part of a podcast or not, but yeah. So my Wednesday nights is a podcast where basically we do a watch party. Yeah. So if you can watch along, that is perfectly great. That is what this timer right here is for. Tonight we're going to be finishing up Andor Season 1, watching episodes 10, 11, and 12, talking during it, talking about what we like, what we don't like, or just going off on any kind of Star Wars general topic or whatever anyway, because we basically do a watch party, talk and chat is how this works. So yeah, there's no gameplay tonight, but we're basically watching and talking at the same time. So Exactly. Exactly. One Way Out. Absolutely. I don't have anything other than yeah, I don't really have a redeem for something like that, but we all know this one though.
It's a trap.
For those of you that have not for those of you that have not finished Andor season 1. But no, man. That's absolutely fine. Please enjoy your day at school. Thank you for popping in, man. I hope you had a great and safe week so far. So, like I said, yes, we are going to be starting with Andor season 1, episode 10, One Way Out. Yep. One Way Out. And then and right after One Way Out, we're going to jump right into Daughter of Ferrix, episode 11. And then after that, we're going to jump into episode 12, Rick's Road, because that is the point of my podcast, is that we are actually doing a live watch party while we're talking and chatting while watching it. And when it's done, I upload these to both iHeartRadio and Spotify, because it is in fact a podcast. So, and you guys all get to be a part of it. So thank you guys again for your support and hanging out and all that fun stuff that you legends always do. So let me queue up. This is good. Okay. So what I am going to do is basically you're going to hear execute order 66. And then once I do that, I will do a here we go. And as soon as that goes, I'm going to hit the timer, hit play, and then we're going to be going. And then I'm going to start talking more and more about my feelings on the Star Wars animation that's been coming out.
The time.
This is kind of
has
like the
come.
pre-show. Get ready.
Execute Order 66.
All right. So let's see. Got this. So, all right. Here we go.
And here we go.
All right. Something's really wrong on 2. I do not skip the recaps though, just so that way we can still be able to hear it too. But you think they're listening? Diego Luna did a phenomenal job as Andor in this show. Like I barely remember the highlights of Rogue One, which we are going to finish. So starting next week, we are also going to be starting again on the podcast. So basically episodes 15, 16, and 17 are going to be season 2, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to top it all off, the whole Andor saga, with Rogue One, which is going to be freaking crazy. But yeah, exactly, Eric. I mean, what I was talking about was specifically like after even watching Maul and even the other shows, like I love everything that they've come out with. Like I said, I'm not blind to the defaults that certain shows have over others, absolutely, or even movies for that matter. However, like watching the shows that are like Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, Maul specifically as well, right? The whole lineup of animation that they've come out with so far, even just in general, tells me again and reminds me that we do not need like live action stuff to make a great story. We don't, and at least I don't think we don't. And that's the beauty of animation, is that they can do stories across the board, wherever, whenever, with whoever, and make it really freaking awesome. And again, Maul Shadow Lord, I would say, definitely knocked it out of the park in that sense too, because it re-brought that fire back of like, yes, we don't need. It is a TV show. Maul Shadow Lord is a TV show that was coming out as a season 1 with X amount of episodes, right? However, I mean, it still told more story for a guy who we know the beginning and end of, and that's the other crazy freaking thing I love. Absolutely, is that the lore for Star Wars and a lot of other great fantasy franchises and anything else for that matter, right, is that you can build on it so much with just simple things like, writing stories and getting books and comics and animation and things like that as well. So yeah, would we love to see live action more Maul and stuff like that? Absolutely. But if we had to get some kind of alternative just to pass the time and make it through, then I mean, I absolutely welcome it. And like Eric just said, would love to see an anime of Luke from 4 ABY to 28 ABY. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much time period that has passed that we haven't visually seen at all. Like with the new, like generation of Disney World and stuff like that, or Disney Takeover, or whatever you mean, however you want to put it, right? Like the Disney Takeover or whatever. Roblox, welcome back, Roblox. Good to see you. I'm tired. Goober said hi. Tired. I am also tired as well. Hello there. Where's Obi? Where's Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
No, you're absolutely right, Eric. We've only seen snippets of Luke outside of the movies, just a little bit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mandalorian proved that. And Ahsoka, I'm curious to see if Ahsoka is going to tap into that, which I don't think they will. But again, that still doesn't mean that we won't see Luke in another format altogether, like him building his Jedi Academy from scratch and doing all that and leading up to, Kylo Ren, of course, or like, what did he do in between all that? Because I mean, even like, let me look it up right now too, because like there was a lot of time that passed between, like, how long was it from episode 6 to episode 7? 30 years. 30 years passed between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Jacobs says, yeah, he should absolutely get a series. You're right. Absolutely freaking right. And that's what I love about like what Maul Shadow Lord showed us, is that, they can create so many cool freaking stories with not even just like the heroes, but anti-heroes or villains or whatever, right? Like we don't have to see, again, yeah, I keep repeating myself like a broken record, but that's okay. Yeah, an anime of Tales from the Jedi Academy. Exactly. Like we can get like a Luke Skywalker series, which you never know, they might drop Tales from the New Jedi or something, like where we see a young Luke, who just started learning the Force, go around and start, thinking, okay, crap, now I got to build a Jedi Academy. How do I do that? Which brings me into the next discussion of like with Rey's new Jedi Order. Is she going to forsake the old ways and basically start building the new Jedi Order with like emotion attached and relationships and things like that? Because we all know, or for those of us that do know, I should say, because we all don't know actually, is that Luke really rebelled against the old ways of the Jedi. He absolutely did. He married Mara Jade. He let emotion in because he felt that they were just too tight and strict with their rules about controlling emotion. And he even had kids, and those kids became Jedis, and he trained them and all that good stuff. And it's like his new order had different rules and things like that versus what we actually got in the new Disney canon. But Cad Bane Bounty Hunter video game would be amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. Or even a video game thing. Yeah, there could be stuff like that too, where it's like, I mean, I would see them doing probably more like, at least for the first generation of heroes, like your Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, all them. Like I could see them doing like more anime or even game stuff with those guys than like, yeah, of course, yeah, at this point we're not going to get any cameos from anybody, but no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's just so much great potential out there, and the stuff that we're even going to be getting soon is is crazy freaking awesome. I mean, we already have Galactic Racers, so if you haven't already pre-purchased it, I mean, I definitely did, just because as soon as I saw it and heard it was out, I instantly bought it. So there was no question there. I was like, I want it. So I went ahead and picked it up. But um you're right, Max. Yeah, bounty hunting with a story and collecting bounty holocrons. I mean, and that's kind of the direction I honestly see with, like, even Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws, the game that came out. It has features like that in there. Same thing with the Star Wars Jedi series with Cal Kestis. It's similar, where it's an open worldish design with the main story, but there's definitely side elements everywhere that have those extra things where you could, yeah, like, you know, throw in a story. Here's your character you play. They're on this kind of mission, and then you can go around doing things like that. And it's crazy you mentioned specifically bounty stuff, because there are bounty type things in the Jedi series. Yeah, Dynamo, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Lucas only referred to the canon as the movies. Absolutely. The only other thing he liked as canon was Clone Wars, and let's see, we'll deep dive into that. But yeah, every single movie and Clone Wars. Let's see, what does Google University tell us? George Lucas considered only his 6 original Star Wars films, episodes 1 through 6, and the Clone Wars animated series as his definitive absolute canon. He viewed the extensive expanded universe, the books, comics, games, as separate parallel universe or licensing world that did not bind his creative vision. So yeah. So basically, the films, the Clone Wars TV series, and it also says his own ideas. Any screenplays, stories, or statements directly from George Lucas is his considered canon. And that's even including, I mean, Eric, you make a great point, is, you know, like, they barely show us anything of even everybody. I mean, like, the fact that even Solo got his own movie and we got to watch that for episode 10 of the podcast, like, really, 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 like, brought back that feeling of seeing something else in the Star Wars universe that had nothing to do with the Force, had nothing to do with the bigger picture at hand, but basically just the craziness and stuff that was just going on at the time. And that's what I really like about not only that, but also this right here, is that you get to see like with Andor specifically too, like, what I absolutely really loved is the Mon Mothma story that we're watching unfold right now too. Like, I thought Andor was all about Andor, which it is, but at the same time they kind of needed some other things happening for, you know, obvious reasons. But like, when they introduced Mon Mothma and started showing her world and what she was going through, I was just like, holy crap, like, this is freaking awesome, because it's another side of Star Wars we just never got a chance to see or know about. Some other guy invented Mara Jade who married Luke, not George. Yeah. And I knew that going into it too, because I'm a huge fan of the canon universe. I absolutely am. And it's like, I loved what they did with all that stuff. And even I pinned a message in Discord under the Holocron specifically for Dave Filoni's interview, where he specifically says, he's like, well, everyone keeps forgetting and gets upset that Disney bought Lucas, but he's like, they're so mad that Disney owns it, but they forget that George only considered what he made canon. Everything else is just extra. So, he's like, I don't know why everybody got so mad that there was a transition. And then that actually reminded me and brought me back too, was like, because I love the Legends, but ultimately all that stuff is multiverse. It's the multiverse, which George was like, okay, well, you guys can have your stories, but I'm not going to consider it real. It'll just be an alternate universe, which, and again, that points me into a no spoiler, but if you haven't watched Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, that explains everything literally about the universe we know, the universe we thought we knew, and then the universe that we didn't know about in that sense. So it's definitely worth it. Max, thanks for hanging, man. Have a great day at school, dude. Yeah. Yeah, that's what started it, was Solo. Actually, Rogue One. They did Rogue One first, right? Let us see. Um um oops. Let's see. If it's a trap, we already lost.
It's a trap!
Okay, yeah. So Rogue One came out first in 2016, and then Solo came out after that in 2018. So yeah. So Rogue One did come out first, actually. But yeah, you're right. It was the first Rogue One and Solo, yeah, were the first in their development cycle. Like they were going to do, from my understanding too, yeah, they were going to do an Obi-Wan movie, a Boba Fett movie. What actually, you know what? While we're looking at this, let me see. Let's see. I completely blanked of what I need to. Now they're ready to a Yoda movie. All right. Oh yeah. What? Let's see. They said following the poor box office performance of Solo: A Star Wars Story, Lucasfilm canceled or indefinitely shelved several planned projects, most notably a planned Boba Fett standalone movie, an Obi-Wan Kenobi film trilogy, and an intended Han Solo trilogy. There were other projects too, like Rogue Squadron, which they eventually came out with Starfighter. But yeah, even specifically them naming that there was a Boba Fett movie and an Obi-Wan Kenobi trilogy movie, and they converted it into an actual series. I loved that aspect of it, because again, Dave Filoni said, he's like, we could do a movie that's like 2 or 2.5 hours. He's like, and then that's it. We tell the story there. He's like, or would you rather see a TV show where we can actually do like 9, 10, 11, 12 episodes and have like this whole story kind of play out. Grave Walker is back with us, our bro Lorian. What is going on, man?
This is the way.
This is the way.
I remember you said that, dude. I was in Shadow Stream yesterday, remember? I know you probably don't, but yeah. Very cool, dude. Very freaking awesome. Super stoked for you, buddy. I'm proud of you, man.
It's my birthday.
When does all that start for you? Well, that wasn't meant to be, now was it? Yeah, we just been gabbing away about all sorts of Star Wars goodness. Honestly, it was kind of crazy. I was legit like on the fence. Like I was 50-50, like leaning more towards doing it, but I was like, well, should I still stream and do the podcast, or should I just take a break? And then I was like, honestly, this is what I'll do. And I figured I'd take a snippet from Shadow, actually, and I'm still gonna stream all week. I'm not taking a break yet. I'm gonna give myself a vacation when and if the Force wills me to be able to hit that 1,000 follower mark. But in Discord, I was posting all sorts of funny William Shatner and everybody dressed, like the original cast of Star Trek dressed up as like Jedis and stuff like that. It's awesome. But yeah, ultimately I was thinking, you know what? I took last Wednesday off, but I also did a Monday stream, right, for May the 4th, which was perfectly fine. But then that meant that if I did my Wednesday stream tonight, I'd only really have one day off in between, right, of streaming, actually. But then I was like, you know what? I'm like, that's why I brought back the armored repeat too, because I was like, it is a break to be able to not have to, dress up and stuff like that also and set everything up. So I was like, you know what? I'll give myself a break this week anyway. And at least armor up, for this time. And I'm actually going to modify this too, so that way when I do show my armored version, it'll be kind of faded in and out, like like a hologram, essentially. So it'll give it a little bit more craziness to it. I can do that in After Effects, so that's my next little side project eventually. Well, soonish or so, because it'll be nice to like have the chair, but then have just a hologram of me here while I'm like, it's almost like I'm transmitting through it, kind of thing. But yeah, I figured that'd be a good compromise, I should say, is that I can chill out, hang out with everybody, not have to dress up, but at the same time, be comfortable. Also, but no, man, I'm doing good. Life is just lifing, but we're making it through. You said, how's my favorite Brolorian? How's my favorite Brolorian? How are you? Other than being crazy excited for your future. Have you been hitting the refresh button every like minute to see where your DHL tracker is? Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to really. Well, I kind of did. I started working on my bracers, so I was able to kind of start tearing them apart. Grill is with us. As R2 comes squealing in there.
General Kenobi.
Oh, they're making their jailbreak. They're making their jailbreak. But yeah, I figured I'd start. Actually, I'm kind of bouncing between two different things. What did I do first too? I'm gonna change out like my neck piece that I wear, because like those baklavas that I was showing you, like those are actually more uncomfortable, and it's easier just not to wear that, but have something around kind of like your neck a little bit. Kind of like I learned that more from like the Stormtrooper actually when I was building it, is that it's kind of nice to just have something around, and that's what I wear when like I'm streaming live too, is like not necessarily like something covering my entire head, but it's like just, you know, like the neck area and stuff like that. So yeah. But I think besides that, yeah, I started, what else was I working on? I was doing that, doing my gauntlets, and then I completely blanked out because I didn't start the jetpack yet, but lurking and working. Actually, you know what, Grill? You just gave me another idea. Hold on. We can do stuff while we're here. Why not? Let's do. That's the lurk. That's. Run program. All right, let's see. I will. Oh boy, what have I done? Grill, do me a favor, and so I'm going to add a hash or a exclamation LW for a lurkin work. So what do you guys want it to say? Amy is with us. Welcome in, Amy. How are you? Let's give a nice hello there for Amy.
Hello there.
No, we're just hanging out watching Andor. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see. Amy, how are you? I am crazy tired, but it is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, so I am excited and we're having fun. Why? Because after tonight, I am going to get to finish Andor Season 1, and next week we are going to be watching Andor Season 2, and I armored up this week, so I get to take a break from live webcamming. That's my pseudo break. It's my pseudo break for the week. Let's see. Where's the... Is it triggers? Okay. There you go. How's that? It's a little spin on basically what Graves said, but yeah. But good one, Grave. I've always wanted to watch Andor, but I've heard nothing but good things. It's different. Yeah. I mean, again, Amy, it's like if you've played Outlaws or something that isn't like Jedi related in the sense of like a movie or like a game or something. It's like it's cool because it's different, if that makes any weird sense. It's like because it's not about like the bigger picture going on. Well, it is, I guess, but it's like everything else that's happening, like the underworld and the people and just the politics and things like that, that it's different, but it's really freaking cool. Yeah. Well, starting next week, Amy, if you binge watch season 1, which we're finishing up tonight, you can join us for the podcast for next week or for the next 4 podcasts, because I've never seen Andor season 2 at all. So I'm looking forward to starting next week's podcast. And so that'll be episode 15, 16, 17, and 18, because we are doing a live watch party right now. So we're literally watching Andor season 1, episode 10. We're 30 minutes in. And some cool, no spoilers stuff is happening right now. There's 12 episodes per season, and each episode arc is 3 episodes. So each podcast episode I've been doing is episodes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So tonight we're going to do 10, 11, and 12, finish it up. And then, yeah, starting next week, we're going to do season 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 over the next 4 podcasts, and then finish it all off with Rogue One. So we're going to get the entire freaking Andor saga leading into Rogue One done in the next month, like 5 weeks. Think of it that way. So every Wednesday during the podcast, yep, we're all just hanging out, we're chatting, chilling. Think of it this way. Yeah, it's a watch party like I know you guys do. I think Shadow does them like on either Friday nights or Saturdays on Discord. But I wanted to do a podcast, but a stream podcast where we can all talk and chat and watch at the same time. But again, if anybody can't watch at the same time we can, that's perfectly fine. We just all BS anyways. So it's just another talking party without any video game background. You just get to see the nice poster and the timestamp and exactly what we're doing. So, but yeah, no pressure, Amy. But yeah, we're definitely starting season 2 next week, because there's so much freaking stuff going on in Andor season 1 that once you get into it and you get it going, and it is absolutely right and correct that it can start out a little bit slow, but then once the action kind of starts clicking, then it's just like a roller coaster essentially, then finally it ends type of thing. But at the same time, I think it's honestly worth a watch. And also Maul Shadowlord. If you have not seen Maul Shadowlord yet, freaking epic. Freaking epic show. No spoilers again in that. I did actually announce or confirm, I should say, that there is going to be an episode, a season 2 of Maul Shadowlord. Like, it was legit already confirmed. that they were doing a season 2 already, even before season 1 came out. Like they were already doing a season 2, and I started reading a little bit of the description of like, oh, season 2 is going to focus on da da da, and I was like, oh no, shut up, just mute that last part I just said. But it is freaking beautiful, and I told everybody too at the same time, it renews my hope that and just like creative drive that it's like they don't need to do things in like a live format, meaning like a movie or something like that, like in a live format of like bringing Maul back. It's like they're doing perfect with animated shows, like coming out with seasons and episodes and things like that with characters and then that just sparked a whole conversation about us talking about, well, we need to see more Luke in a series. We need to see so-and-so and so-and-so and everybody else. And it'd be cool to see this as a show. And it definitely doesn't need to be, like, exactly. And that's the cool thing is that like, even with Maul being a great, perfect example of like, we literally know how Maul started and how he ended, and we're getting everything in between, and there's still more story to tell. And we even barely got any of that, like the ending and the beginning. So it's like, that's what we're talking about is, we only got to see Luke so much. So wouldn't it be so freaking cool? Like Eric was talking about, wouldn't it be so cool to see like a Luke after Return of the Jedi, but before Force Awakens, when not only is he, starting to build the Jedi Academy, but, like more of like, what were their adventures? What were they doing? Things like that with everybody and anybody. And it doesn't even have to be about those guys. It can be other stories that, there's just so much stuff that they can do because it doesn't have to be, like a live action film, which I think is great. I mean, and that just kind of not necessarily reminded me, but it reminded me also that, it's okay to not have a film, or even like a live action TV show, but like we could even get a freaking Boba Fett seasonal animated show. I'd be fine with that too, because they canceled Boba Fett season 2 for Book of Boba Fett doesn't mean that they can't come back with like a new show that has him in an animated format or something. Like they can, there's just a lot of really cool story to tell that they can in that format, which is awesome. And Maul just kind of reinforced that. Absolutely. But yeah, it's been cool. It's definitely been cool to be able to jump back in and watch all this stuff again. I mean, even during the podcast itself, like we literally watched episodes 1 through 9 for the first 9 episodes of the podcast. Episode 10 was Solo, a Star Wars story. 11 was Andor season 1, 2, 3. Or episodes 1, 2, 3. 12 was 4, 5, 6. 13 was 7, 8, 9. Now it's 14, 10, 11, 12. And no, it's just gonna be so freaking cool. And then once Andor's over with, then we get to move on to something else. And then once we finish up Star Wars, then we can watch other things. And then Hunter comes in. What's going on, Hunter? How are you doing, sir? Welcome back, man. Again, I hope you guys are all having a happy and great and safe middle of the week, that is. Yeah.
Hello there.
Middle of the week. Yeah, that's why I turned the volume off, because you guys don't get me crunching into the mic, eating cookies. It was good, man. I'm actually really glad I did the Monday night stream. I really am happy about that, because not only do I get a mad shout out from or for Shadow Rev Knight for his awesome freaking raid of like 100 people, which is crazy awesome, and humbling. No, it was really cool to be able to actually have a stream and be able to play during like May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, and we were even making fun of all that too, because apparently, I'll type it out in chat, but this is what we know so far, or what I've heard so far, right? So there's this, right? Then there's, now I heard, I've heard Attack of the 6th or Revenge of the 6th. Those are the two versions I've heard for that. And then I also heard as the newest one. So there's literally like there's just more and more like tags coming out. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clone Wars kind of did that, but I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, like the real true like CGI stuff. And we are done. Next up we have Andor season 1, episode 11. Hold on, let me update. Episode 11. So this is going to be Daughter of Ferrix. I haven't seen if it did or not, actually. All right. So I am going to go ahead and stop the timer. And then I'll do this. I'll go, here we go. And then here's the next one. Here we go. Play next. So we officially started the next one. Did it fall off? I haven't paid attention to see if it did or not. We can actually look up that now. Let's see. Star Wars Battlefront Steam charts. It bumped. It definitely bumped up. About 2,000 playing an hour ago. The peak was 5,000. But you know what's crazy though, Hunter? I looked to see. Oh crap! I did not. That's the end of the episode. Oops. That's okay. Previously on Andor. Okay, I'm about a minute behind because apparently my episode was like at the credits, but that's okay. I'll be worried about you all the time. 6 years. Let's see. So it wasn't really until the middle of May that Battlefront 2's numbers just like spiked of last year. Like according to when I was looking at it last time, it's like, so essentially I don't know when Fortnite stops, but Raw Vicious, are you playing Fallen Order? I have actually played Fallen Order before, but we're actually live watching Andor season 1 episode 10 right at the moment. But I have played Fallen Order and beat it. I have played Jedi Survivor and have beaten that one, so I'm definitely anxiously waiting to play the last in the trilogy. But yeah, I already pre-purchased and ordered or bought Galactic Racer. I'll definitely be picking up Zero Company when it comes out for sure. But Raw, welcome in. Yes, I'm a cosplaying Mandalorian Jedi representing the Mandoverse on Twitch, my dude. I hope you're having a great and safe week and you're part of the galaxy, man. Yeah, I'm super pumped because my Wednesdays is my podcast episodes, and right now we're live watching Andor, and we're just going to finish season 1 tonight. And I have not finished or watched season 2 yet, so that's going to start next week. So I'm crazy looking forward to that because it's like I love the I just love the dual storytellings. Oh, Raw, thank you for that support and the follow, man. I appreciate it, my dude. Yes, absolutely. Here's a nice for Mandalore. But yeah, totally, excuse me, totally recommend, yeah, the Jedi series, Fallen Order, Survivor, and the third entry should be coming out sometime-ish, sooner or later, but they are freaking awesome games. And if you haven't already either checked it out or tried it, I would highly encourage people to play Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws, because just like Andor and just like Solo, those movies are so oops, excuse me guys. Hang on, be right back. But we're still watching, no skipping. Okay, we're back. Where did we leave off? Nothing's perfect. Sadly, nothing is perfect. I mean, it was playable. It was absolutely playable. I mean, absolutely, yeah. I had some crazy when I first started playing Outlaws specifically, I had some crazy graphics issues with it that were just absolutely wrong, like right at the beginning of when I loaded in and was playing, but it got fixed up. It got fixed. All right, what part are we at now? Okay. Okay. Is that good? No, apparently you don't have a choice. Oh, that's awesome. We got 2 more episodes to go. As you wish. Grill on a 10 stream streak. Actually, I forgot to point out that. Let's see if it's still in the chat. It should be, I think. Yeah, there it is. Grave is currently on a 65 stream streak. Well, thank you, Grave, for the support. That's all I'm going to say about that. Damn. Yeah. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't want to do one of these for him. Because there was difficulties at one point.
Creeper no, chúc chúc quy chúc cái cả, đủ biết lệ, chúc chúc. How are we supposed to escape in that quad jumper? Then it blows up. Okay, the hunk of junk will do fine. Dynamo, actually, I have, and Shadow Revenant's playing it again. I thought at first, I think he was, but at first I believed it was his first time playing it, but no, I guess he played it before too. But he's doing it like on the hardest freaking difficulty, which is insane. But the man loves a challenge. But no, I did play Force Unleashed 1 and 2, and I did them back to back, which I'm so glad I did, because they are shorter games. So I would say for anybody that hasn't played it yet, or is willing or wants to play it, like definitely just do them back to back, because the second one is a shorter game than the first one, but it definitely has some game mechanics in it that just make it crazy freaking fun. It is just like amazing. Don't have time for this. Tomorrow is too late. What have you done lately? She's really telling it. Very cool. I have not played Power Battles. Definitely Force Unleashed and Bounty Hunter. If that's the Django one, I think I played that. Actually, you know what? You just reminded me of something too. Like, I need to see if there's still Star Wars deals going on because on Steam, because I have like a ton of the old school games, and I actually just picked up Star Wars Episode 1 Racers, but there's definitely a lot of other games that were on sale that I haven't. Oh, they went on. They already. Bounty Hunter. No, Bounty Hunter's still on sale. Force Unleashed 2. Outfront Classic. Let's see. Let's see if they still have the May the 4th sale going on. Have it on the front page, but let's see. Looks like some of them are still on sale. But yeah, ultimately I need to go through my list because I have a ton of the old school games too, and I need to see which ones I don't have yet either. Looks like not everything. There's like a good one. Let's try this one. They did a Dark Forces remaster. That's funny. Dang, I didn't even realize they did a remaster for that. Yeah, they got rid of the bundle. Oh well, it's all right. I have a ton of freaking games I need to play anyway. There's like way too much stuff. But that's awesome, man. You'll like all those games though. That's freaking cool. Yeah, the last one I picked up again, like I said, was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racers. No, no. Strangers. Yeah, the storyline with Mon Mothma in this show is just phenomenal. Who is the actress that plays Mon Mothma in this? Let's see. Genevieve O'Reilly is who. She was the one who played Mon Mothma in Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, Andor, and Ahsoka. And then Caroline Blackiston played in Return of the Jedi. So she's been Mon Mothma for pretty much majority of her. Not really. If it's the game I think it is, which I completely forgot what Force Unleashed was about and thought it was Fallen Order, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, I played. Apparently, it came out back in 2002, and I'm pretty sure I played it on the PlayStation 3 when they re-released it. But then they also re-released it, and I somehow wound up with a copy of it. I think the newest one, like the one that came out, because that was the one they did like a remaster on, wasn't it? Oh, let's see. Monster. I know Monster did it at some point. Not too long ago. That's funny. Uh, sign into our other account that is. There's so many. Actually, wait. I think could be on Amazon actually. There's like so many game libraries at this point. There's like Steam, Epic, Amazon, GOG, PlayStation, Xbox. Let's see, because that's where I played through Amazon. I played Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Yeah, I have Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Republic Commando. That was through there. Saul Guerrero is definitely making his fair share of cameos all around the galaxy. That's for sure. That's awesome. Uh, I don't know what you'll do. What games do we have listed on here? The Star Wars stuff. I have. Oh, this is Mysteries of the Sith. Okay, so I do have Dark Forces 2, Rebellion, Galactic Battlegrounds, the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. There it is. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. I don't know if this is the newest one or the old one. Star Wars Bounty Hunter's time to beat is about 7.5 hours. Okay, this is the one that came out then. The release date for the one I have is August 1st, 24. So yeah, that would have been the newer one. Yeah, so I do have it actually. Yeah, that one was Dark Forces 2, I think I have. Yeah, like I said, I ultimately I just need to go through and see like every old school game because I had like Jedi Knights, I had stuff I didn't know I had. I even on let's see. Epic. What you read. No. It's like, where's my epic? My epic icon. And it was moved by younglings. No worries. See, even Epic is running at May the 4th be with you for Star Wars Day. Let's see what they're running. Yeah, May the 4th event. Whether you follow the light or embrace the dark, explore legendary Star Wars titles and relive iconic moments from a galaxy far away. Zero Company. Sir. They still have all the deals going on. Wow, even Star Wars on Epic, Star Wars Outlaws is on sale. Deluxe edition for 75% off. 22.49. That would definitely be a great deal to pick up. I need the DLC for mine actually on that one. Even the DLC. It's wild card. Even the DLC is on sale. 60% off. $6 each. Yeah, and we'll be getting. Oh man, what is it like? At some point, Knights of the Old Republic's remake. We know they're doing it. It's just a matter of. What's the TBD? Doesn't have an official release date. and is likely still years away. But insiders suggest 2026 or 2027 launch at the earliest. So I'd probably tack on a couple extra years to that one. So yeah, I think we'd be getting I think it would definitely be probably 2028 at the earliest. We would see probably something. Cancelable. Final warning. It's such an awesome scene. Wow. They're like, well, no names. And that's pretty powerful. Not enough. That's it for. I was going to say season 1. No, episode 11, Daughter of Ferrix. So let's see.
And here we go.
It starts with a commercial for Andor, or for Maul. The Age of Maul begins. That's pretty cool, actually, the way they say that. All right, final episode. Season 1, episode 12, Rick's Road. What's left to keep you here? Last one, let's go. All right, we finally get to wrap up season 1, Andor. Episode 12. Dynamo, thanks for hanging, man. Definitely appreciate it, dude. You're here. As you wish. Dom is with us. What's going on, dude? Happy Thursday morning, sir. It was a very short call. Well, I hope you had a good enough rest. As best as you could. Yep. Take an extra one. You know something I don't? Keep it that way. If I don't know anything, I don't know anything. Wise words. Mm. With everything Mon Mothma's been doing, it's a surprise she's even able to keep her cool.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Shadow the Hedgehog 12. Thank you for the follow, my dude. That is an awesome name, by the way. Thank you for the support, man. Yes, I am a cosplaying Mandalorian Jedi streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, representing the Mandoverse, man. I hope you're having a great week in your part of the galaxy. It did, believe it or not. Early meaning on time. Yeah. I actually went live. Let's see. at 11, about 11:45 a.m. my time. I actually went live. Yeah. Believe it or not. So yeah. Yeah, that's literally the time I always try to start at. Like, because I started the stream about 11:45 and then got like live, like, you know, like through the intro and everything, by close to 12-ish. I think it was like 11:55 or something like that. But yeah, this is the time I usually try to shoot for, but there's usually other things going on that definitely could make it later. Potentially. So, but no, I'm super stoked. But again, Shadow, thank you for that follow. Thank you for that support, man. I hope you're again having a great and safe week and you're part of the galaxy. Welcome in to represent the Mandoverse. You definitely deserve a hello there and
Hello
a for
there.
Mandalore. Yeah, it went through. Okay. For a second I didn't think it went through, but it did.
Gator don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
And Alpha's with us too. That definitely always deserves the faux gator. Sorry, too soon. Alpha over there just canceling out the Mandalore. That's okay. We can just play it again. 3 points. But yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Now let us see. Trying to get the blood pumping. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Yeah, I was telling Grave earlier actually. I was like, you know, I was kind of 50-50, but I was definitely leaning more towards obviously like streaming tonight because I wanted to do the I definitely wanted to do the podcast for sure. Because I did stream on Monday for May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, so I was like, well, you know, that's only really going to give me one day off for the week, and then like, you know, I'll be streaming my normal time, you know, going, you know, like Wednesday through Sunday. But I was just like, you know what, we're gonna go armor this week. So, you know what, it's crazy you say that because, Shadow, because we were talking about Maul Shadow Lord in particular, right? And about that is that never say never, because even a TV show or something animated could still come out, which would be crazy freaking cool. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a you know, like a real movie. I mean, that'd be awesome too, absolutely. But even if they came out with like a video game or a comic or graphic novel or an animated show of some sort, like Maul Shadow Lord again definitely pushes and reinforces, particularly for me too, that, you know, we don't need to get real like, you know, content, like real actor content, like, you know, like Andor, like we're watching, right? to get like really great stories, really cool adventures with really cool characters. So yeah, absolutely. There's so much stuff that they just haven't even tapped into yet that, you know, it's possible. It is absolutely possible. But that's what I love about it, though, is that, you know, we can get so many more stories out of them doing series like Maul and Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Sith and things like that, that it's like I'm giddy with excitement waiting and watching to see what they come out with. And that's just even like a media format. I mean, we're not even talking about like, again, comics or books or even games for that matter too. There's just tons of other stuff out there that can be used also to tell great stories. So it's a good time. It's definitely a good time to be a Star Wars fan. Amy, exactly. Yeah, that's what really had me fall down the rabbit hole of Star Wars in general, because it's like one thing leads into another, which leads into another, which leads into another. But again, like stories that don't necessarily have to be about the main characters that we know of, like your Luke, Han's, Leia's, you know, all that stuff about the bigger picture at hand. Like there's all these side stories and things that happen throughout the galaxy at every time period that, like, there's only at some point we'll get like an Old Republic series of some sort, not a High Republic like Acolyte was, but, you know, maybe something again of that, like the Knights of the Old Republic animated show or something. It just, yeah, there's there's enough good stuff out there that we have not seen yet. So much, and I'm doing my best to keep up. And that's just on a Star Wars level. I'm so freaking backed up on everything else. Like I still need to catch up on like a ton of Marvel, ton of Star Trek stuff. Yeah, there's just way too much to keep up with. Game, and that's not even talking about games either. Like my games library, like I'm constantly reminding myself not to, like I was eyeballing Winrose because I was in King Sir Big Hoss's stream earlier. He's playing Winrose, the new pirate game, and it's only like $30, and it's a early stage game right now, and it's the new pirate game, and it looks really freaking cool for only like $30 on Steam. And I was just like, no, don't pick it up, because I still have tons of other stuff to play anyway. So it's just, again, it's that rabbit hole of like, well, this is on sale, I can grab that. It looks really freaking cool. I mean, I might just end up getting it anyway, to be fair and honest, but seriously, Amy, I mean, like every time I turn around, like I'm doing my best to just not constantly keep buying stuff, because it's like you need to start playing other stuff. That's why I dedicated my Thursday streams to be like, okay, you are going to sit down and you are going to play this game and beat it, and then move on, play another one, beat this game, play another one, and just keep going and start knocking games off my freaking list. And yeah, the wish list just keeps getting bigger, and that's not even on Steam. It's like I have games on like Ubisoft that's like all the Assassin's Creed games I want to play, and you know, it's like well, I guess Steam has Assassin's Creed games too, but you know what I mean, like on the Ubisoft store there's like all these Assassin's Creed games that I picked up like over the last like 3 months. I literally bought myself like 3 or 4 games off of that were on sale for like $2 or $3, and then Steam comes up with a game sale for like, oh well, this one's only like $4, let me grab that. It's like, no. It's like, curse you, Steam, and game sales. Like, I'm seriously, I think about timeline wise, I'm probably like 5 years behind in both games and shows in general, essentially. But I'll tell you one thing though, one game I definitely freaking picked up right off the bat was Galactic Racers when Grave announced that it was ready to go, and they were offering pre-orders. Like I seriously, as soon as Gray posted that in Discord, I immediately read that, and he's like, "Hey guys, Galactic Racers is on pre-order." I like clicked that freaking button on Steam and just instantly freaking bought it, and was just like, it wasn't even like a hesitation. I was like, "Yep, bought it." And then like Zero Company is supposed to be coming out. Let me look at the time for that one real quick. Shadow said Project Blackwing would have to be rated R if it was made into a live action movie, because that's one of the darkest moments in all Star Wars. I can have an animated show being at least PG-13. They definitely have to tone it down if it's that. Yeah. I mean, they've definitely done some, some stuff, sure. But yeah, they'd really have to, what's the word? Like tiptoe around certain things, probably, for sure. Did they give an official? So Zero Company is set during the Clone Wars. It's set to be released in 2026. There's Spark of the Fire. Where's Zero Company? Yeah, now I'm back on Steam looking at games that are my wish list, which I'm pretty sure Zero Company's on there already. Like, I know they listed it. Yep, there it is. Zero Company. It just is coming soon. I mean, so I'm thinking this is probably going to come out sometime later in like the last half of the year, probably. I'm thinking. Zero Company, that is. Star Wars Zero Company. Wait, now that got me curious as to see when does the Star Wars Fort season end? The Unleash the Force Star Wars collaboration in Fortnite began on May 1st and is scheduled to end on May 26th. So I think that's when we're going to see the huge resurgences toward the end of May. Just like last year, we'll see. Once that's over with, people will jump back on. I'm thinking again. Battlefront. So we'll see. Numbers are still getting a little bit better than what they were. How is this possibly good? That doesn't sound like they have nice plans for Andor. Oh, this episode's like 50 minutes. But it's a finale, so. What always actually cracks me up, though, is no matter what genre it is, right? Whether it be like a fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, or Star Trek, or Star Wars, or whatever, right? Is nobody really bats an eye at like somebody walking around in like a hooded cloak ever. Like, it's just common. So it's like seriously. You could just throw in a cloak and go walking around, and everybody, and like, you could be the only one in a cloak in the entire area, and you know, like, nobody thinks twice about it because it's like, yeah, that doesn't look suspicious at all. I guess that's just the mindset, but that's okay. Because, you know, we'd all be rocking the freaking robes and cloaks anyway, so. I mean, hell, even my cosplay has Jedi robes with a cloak, so, you know. Show of force immediately. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out afterward. Perfect. Oh, Cassian sees somebody. You've been watching them all. Nice. So without saying anything, how do you like it?
Kenobi.
Yeah, I think they did a freaking phenomenal job on that show. Oh, yeah, yeah. Close it out. Close it out, and then we'll be waiting for season 2. I said that early in the stream too. That I looked it up real quick. that they did confirm. I started reading the description for season 2 and was like, oh crap, there's spoilers in there. Never mind what I said, but yes. So ultimately, the Maul Shadow Lord is confirmed absolutely for season 2. Yeah, Sam Witwer. He's yeah, because he was also a Star Killer. Yeah, yeah. Got some good support tonight as always. Almost. It's like this eerie silence right now. I never watched Smallville. Was he in that show? I've only known him for his voice acting and being Star Killer. He was Doomsday? Really? Oh, I gotta look that up. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I had to look that up because it's interesting. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely worth playing Force Unleashed 1 and 2. About Smallville? Okay, cool. Yeah. No, absolutely, Dom. It's crazy. Yeah, there's some people out there that are just like all over the place. And even some famous actors too that like that voice like multiple things that you wouldn't even think of was like so and so, right? When you find out who it is. Well, I'm definitely going to be doing Dark Souls tomorrow, so Thursday night. Well, tonight, I guess. DBD Sunday because I need to jump back in and start doing 2v8. Friday and Saturday, I think I was leaning more towards Battlefront, but I think for now, I think I'm going to be playing some Battlefront, but that might be subject to change. Yeah, because I was even looking up the because the Fortnite event doesn't end until like the last week of May, and that's about when last year, like it was like the middle to the last and like the last half of May when the Battlefront numbers just started bumping like massive, and then like June, and then it started tapering off in like July, August, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm going to be sticking with at least Andor with Battlefront at least for now, and maybe throughout May. Who knows? Or if it starts getting more crazier than June, because yeah, it's definitely a good time to be playing that during May anyway. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, once the Battlefront craze dies down back to what it was, then I'll jump back into like the other stuff. If I could do it again, I'd wake up early and be fighting. Your buddies and I should talk each other the whole time. Nice. That's right, because they all play Fortnite, right? Epic. Epic Games is what Fortnite is, but I don't think EA has Fortnite, does it? It might, but I don't think it does. No, their version's Apex Legends. Yeah. Guess the only rebellion thing I have is this one. They might have pulled it just to be strictly on there. I don't. Yeah, because I don't honestly remember seeing it anywhere else. Yeah, I think you're right. If it was before. Yeah, I've only really known it ever to be on. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you couldn't get a Steam controller? That sucks, man. Mumbling is with us. Oh, great. Now the redeems aren't working. Let's see. Why aren't the triggers working? Should have played. Yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is
This
the way.
is the way.
There you go.
This is the way.
Thank you.
This is the way.
I was trying to spare you guys from playing or using the points. This is the way. And we are officially doing the podcast, episode 14. We already watched episode 10, season 1, episode 11, season 1. And now we are wrapping things up with the finale for season 1, episode 12, Rick's Road. Nice. Oh. I should say thank you. Woot woot. I guess that's one of the perks of being the broadcaster. I guess that fits along the lines of Yeah, that's the one thing I wish YouTube kind of did was like a points thing, like the way Twitch does it, but they just don't. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. They have super chats, but it's different. Yeah, but even to get that, like you have to be in the partner program. Like, so you basically have to get to that. Um, so like the difference between YouTube and Twitch, I have found out anyway, is that like when you stream through YouTube, like in order to get like that status, yeah, you have to get like the subscriptions and stuff. Like, I mean, well, YouTube has subscriptions, but it's followers, and then, but yeah, then there's like your super chat, and there's something else like that you can like. It's like Twitch subs where you like pay the channel for like exclusive content and things like that, I guess. Which is different. But in order to get all that though, initially you have to be in their partner program, which like there's no in between. It's like you either just you stream and then get to that point, but like Twitch at least allows you to like, you know, kind of have a stepping stone between like just streaming and then like, you know, you can get to affiliate and then affiliate to partner. So it kind of like helps build your channel rather than just kind of have like a one and another thing. But yeah, similar platforms, but different. Same, but different. Yeah, I really can't wait now that we're wrapping this up in like 2 minutes for the finale of season one Andor, that to start season two. Like I not only just to see what happens on the Andor side, but to see what happens on the Mon Mothma side. It's like, yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to spoil anything because I know Amy's still listening, and it's just you gotta watch to see like what not only Andor's going through, but what Mon Mothma's going through. It's just it's crazy. The storytelling in this series is just phenomenal. There you go, Dom. Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, you subscribe, which is following, and then you become a member. That's what it is. Yeah. So in order to become like even a member, you have to reach that like partner status. There's no like other status as far as I know in Twitch other than just reaching like that status. Yeah. Yeah, Grave is freaking insane, man. He's watched it at least like the whole thing at least 5 or 6 times, and that's being generous. I think he's watched it completely more than that, but what game is this? No game. Kill me or take me in. And we are done. Amy, thank you for hanging. Greatly appreciated. Yes, we are officially done. I am not too far behind you. Wow. Best car hugs for Amy. Let's see. Hug Amy. Yeah, we're all going to sleep and Alpha's starting his day. Basically. Amy, thank you for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Please get some sleep. I am not too far behind you. Good night as well. Yep. The ad break's going to end soon anyway, but no, greatly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging. Definitely see if you can. Yeah, if you would love to join watching us again with Wednesday night episodes, you're more than welcome to. My episodes are, my stream podcasts aren't long. They're at least no more than 2 hours. Like I said, it's literally the time we basically do the just the watch episodes. I try not to create it too long because I know it's crazy late anyway, but yeah. 5 p.m. your time every day. Yeah, probably. I know you call it crazy late when or you say you stay up late when it's midnight your time, because that's like, you know, yeah, that's you pushing the video game limit, but having fun doing it though, you know. Of course. Let's see. That's the fun of it. Yeah, that's okay. I've always been I hate the mornings guy. I don't. Like, I've always liked the night, the evenings, the, you know, the dusk till dawn time, but when the like when the sun's coming up, like that's when I want to go to bed, kind of thing, versus the like when the sun's coming up I have to start my day. It's like ew. This is the time of day I feel about 29 now and 65 by 3. Well, that's the other benefit too, is that if you start early then you get out early too, so you know there is some benefit to it. I know. I always try to make it a point to like I need to go to sleep before the sun rises or else my skin starts to burn. Yes, sir. I'm going to wrap things up. We are officially done. I could say we are done with Andor Season 1, Episodes 1 through 12. It is freaking awesome to finally get Season 1 done. So yes, we will be back next Wednesday. I mean, we'll also be back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this week, but back to the normal scheduled stream schedule. But yes, like I said, I'm going to be rocking the we're going to be rocking armored version of cosplay this week, just so I can take a little pseudo stream break ish. I'm still going to be streaming. It's just I just won't be doing live, just so that way it makes me a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed and casual and all that good stuff. So we'll be returning to the live cosplay soon. Don't worry. It's just this gets to be. It's been a long time since my last stream. I know. That's why I said that's why you see this here rather than have to set up everything, green screen, put everything on and get the stream going. It's like it's easier just to like sit, pop this guy on and then just stream and just sit here and talk. It really is. So that's why I was just like, you know what? And I'm glad I did this because like I said, I mean, I did like as soon as the stream started, a youngling needed some assistance.
Here we go.
Yep. A youngling needed some quick assistance, so it's like, I mean, well, it happens the same way too. I mean, it doesn't really interfere with anything, but no, it's just it. Much like Shadow wearing his armor all for May the 4th, it's like it can definitely get very very uncomfortable very quickly. But yeah, Graves got some things to look forward to. great things to look forward to as well. His PS5, he got into university, into the program he wanted to. So yeah, definitely great things going. I think you said too, also Grave, didn't you? You got? Did you say you got your webcam, or that you were looking to buy it? I can't remember what it was, but you're upgrading your stuff ultimately. I don't know. I guess let's see. Aussie's on right now, so we can always raid him and have him bring it to you. But they are not, which is awesome, is they are absolutely not shipping it through post, right, Grave? You guys are using the DHL service, so it is going to be, a certified carrier. And I hope, Grave, please, you guys paid hopefully somewhat the extra to be able to have it like ship certified or whatever, like insured or whatever, where it's like it's something like where you don't pay the crazy amount of overnight. But honestly, dude, if I were in your case, I would freaking just, I would have paid to have that freaking thing like 2-day or overnighted. Yeah. Yep. Essentially, it's like I would have, honestly. I mean, but that's just me because I'm impatient like that too. Yeah. Grave's gonna come out with the sunlight hitting his eyes. All those lovely PS5s. I'm kind of like doing that Mr. Burns thing with my fingers. Yeah, well, all those lovely PS5 games that are just waiting for him. Yeah, if you need sunlight, just open the curtains. That's fine. I think you deserve it at this point, man. You deserve to just veg out and just like, it'll come right when he's in the shower taking a crap. I know, right? Or you'll just be out running around and it'll be there, and then you'll like get home, and then you'll have to like then you'll have to like sit there and go do something else. So it'll be like one of those things where it's like you get home and you have it in your hands, or you get it and it's like, okay, now I can do this, but then something else comes up. So yeah, now we're definitely cursing Grave, and we don't want to do that. You get a box and there's nothing in it. Yeah, we definitely make sure that there's a Grave's gonna get it one way or the other, I think. But okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because I was fortunate enough to be able to stream early, and we were able to knock out episode 14 of the podcast, which means we are done with Andor season 1. So yes, next Wednesday we will be back with episode 15, Andor season 2, episodes 1, 2, and 3. Crazy freaking excited for that. But yes, again, guys, anybody new and returning to the stream, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to you awesomely beautiful people of the galaxy, and welcome again to another episode of the Darth Asylum podcast. This was episode number 14. Yes, episode 14. I'm your host of Darth Asylum, broadcasting live from hyperspace. And yes, episode 14 Andor season 1, episode 10, 11, and 12 done and down and in the books. So yes, next Wednesday will be episode 15 of the podcast, which will feature Andor season 2, episode 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I do upload these on iHeartRadio and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And yes, stream days are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wednesday is the podcast. Thursday is our Let's Play. So currently right now we are playing some Dark Souls Remastered. So getting killed, but we're making progress. I think I'm almost maybe halfway through the game at this point. So no, super stoked about that, and made some crazy mistakes and paid for them. So I am paranoid playing that game, but I am going to beat it one way or the other. So that's Thursday night, Fridays, and Saturdays. Now that is the May, or what is it? This is the May, because we were going down the list earlier about like all the different like quotes that people are turning into now. So there's like May the 4th be with you, Revenge of the 5th. I've also heard Attack of the 6th or Revenge of the 6th, because people think that Revenge of the 6th sounds better than Revenge of the 5th. And then there's also This is the May. So there's just like new ones coming out every which way you look at it. And then like next year, there'll be probably like 10 or 20 more. So like King Sir Big Hoss said, yeah, by the time the next few years go by, like May the 4th is going to spread into like half the year. And then like it'll just go all the way up until December, where it's like Life Day. And then everybody will be saying Happy Life Day and all this crazy stuff too. But yes, again, thank you guys again for the crazy freaking support. Thank you guys for being the legends that you all are. No take backsies, Infinity. Yeah, May the 4 return of the 5th, attack of the 6th. Yeah, exactly. They're going to come up with more things. They are absolutely going to come up with more things. I just happened to recently come across something where it was like I think it might have been an Instagram reel or something where they were like talking about it, or it could have been on YouTube Shorts or something, but either way, it was something that they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's this is the May is the new quote," and I'm like, I'd never heard "This is the May" yet, and then the attack of the 6th was a new one to me, and Revenge of the 6th was new to me, because I've always heard May the 4th, of course, and then Revenge of the 5th. But not the other one. So yeah, that's already like three things. Yeah, that's literally like 3 other things. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's something. Like the fan base is divided. It said, ultimately on like, well, no, it's it's Revenge of the 5th. No, it's Attack of the 6th. No, it's like, okay, I don't know. But either way, yes, it is great time to be a Star Wars fan. Yes, Fortnite still has its event going on. I looked it up earlier, and the event is going on until like the end of May, essentially. So that's when I honestly believe that we will see the uprising in numbers for Star Wars Battlefront 2, much like last year, because last year, if Fortnite is doing a Star Wars event, which they did last year, like that crossover thing, and that brought what it did, and I think around the same time, depending on when it ended then, I don't know, but I have a funny feeling that that's probably what it's going to happen again this year, is that we already have Maul Shadow Lord that came out, the May the 4th in general, and the Fortnite crossover. So yeah, there's definitely, and the release of, or the pre-orders for Galactic Racers and things like that. There's just tons of Star Wars content being pushed right now for May the 4th anyway. So I think it'll bring back some people, maybe not the same kind of numbers that was last year, but at least maybe, we'll see the surge, potentially. So either way, yeah, like I said, when Alpha asked what am I going to be playing this weekend, I'm planning on at least still doing Battlefront for the next week, maybe 2-ish, or maybe even throughout the rest of May. I don't know. We'll see. But because we're already at this point, by the time this week's over with, next week's gonna be like the middle of the month anyway. So we're gonna blink and it's gonna be August already. Who knows? So either way, like I said, I think I'm gonna plan. Yeah, either way, I'm going to plan on at least sticking with some Battlefront for now, just to, like I said, boost the Battlefront numbers and bring some representation for a brand new shiny Battlefront that we can all enjoy and have some fun with. So, all right, guys, time to wrap things up. Let us raid Aussie Ackley so that way we can enjoy his fun and eagerness and spontaneity and all that stuff. The morning calls have ended. Well, perfect. And you're leaving. Yep. It's time to relinquish control of the stream, but no worries, girl. Like I said, I mean, the podcast night, my Wednesday, early morning Thursday, I usually try to keep short anyway. That way it gives me a little bit more time.
This is the way.
For like Thursday rolling into Friday, rolling into Saturday too, and then even Sunday potentially, just to be able to get that extra time. But I don't want to. I'm basically trying to shorten my Sundays and my Wednesdays now, because before, like, I added a whole new day with this Wednesday too. So you know, scaling back hours definitely helps as well. So, you know, it's not overkill, because at this point, dude, I'm streaming 5 days a week, which I can't believe. But honestly, at some point soon-ish, I think I might actually like kill a day and go back to like streaming only 4 days to give myself even more of a break, because it's definitely tiring too. So, you know, give myself a summer break off and change up a day. I'm thinking maybe either Wednesday or Sunday I might actually change it up, or like drop it like temporarily, just so that way I can kind of give myself an extra day of rest in the galaxy. But yes, ultimately we're going to wrap things up. Like I said, we're going to raid Aussie Aklis. He is currently playing some Star Wars The Old Republic, so we'll definitely do that so we can chill, hang out with him for a minute. So that's okay. Aussie's an awesome freaking dude. So, and he definitely represents the wars and stars. So, all right, guys, time to get out of here. So again, thank you guys for the crazy awesome support. Thank you guys for being all the crazy legends that you all are. We will catch up with you next time. So until then, be good, be safe, love you, and talk to you later.
May the Force be with you.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.